Hello, lovely people. A warm welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well by God's grace. My name is Samira, and today I'm going to show you how I make oblayo at home. Okay, so how you can make oblayo at home. So with this recipe is basically self-explanatory, and I'm going to be using bleached corn. Okay, bleached broken corn, that's what they used to make this, and I'm going to soak it overnight and then I'll boil it. And in the middle summer, when it's about half done, what I will do is I'm going to blend some of the ekweg flour, make it smoother, and I'll mix it with water, and then I'll add it to our oblayo to give that to thicken the liquid around it. Okay, because that's how oblayo is, and it's served with sugar and some milk, and some people put peanut in it, but I find it too much to chew. A dose womanum because of the peanut. Okay, so yes, and then you put some salt to taste. So that is it. I may be putting pointers in it because I need to tell you a story today. Okay, it's been a while since I told you a story. So yes, let's get into that story right now. So the title of my story is One Thing is Needful. Okay, but the subtitle is The Professor Who Could Not Swim. Okay, so there was once a professor, a very learned man indeed. He was also very proud about his knowledge and achievements. One day, he went on a journey and arrived on the shores of a huge river. There was no large ferry that he could use to cross the river. Then he noticed a young man who had a little boat he was renting nearby. "I can paddle you across if you want," the boatman said. Reluctantly, the professor began his crossing in the little boat. As they paddled along, the professor, who looked down on the boatman, began to ask him some questions. The professor utterly despised the boatman and asked him, "Do you know about sociology?" The boatman answered, "No, I don't know what it is." The professor remarked, 10% of your life is gone. After some minutes, the professor noticed the young man eating with unwashed hands and asked him, "Do you know about bacteriology?" The boatman said, "No," and the professor muttered, "Another 10% of your life is gone." Throughout the journey, the professor quizzed the boatman about the things he knew. He was trying to demonstrate to the boatman how ignorant he was. "Do you know about astrology? Do you know about physics? Do you know about physiology? Do you know about parasitology? Do you know about nuclear physics? Do you know about biochemistry?" The boatman answered repeatedly, "No, I don't," to all his questions, to which the professor promptly replied, "Yet another 10% of your life is gone." As they went along, there arose a great storm with mighty winds and turbulence. The waves in the river became higher and higher, and the boat became more and more unstable. It was soon evident that the boat was going to capsize. Then the boatman turned to the professor and asked him, "Do you know about swimminology?" The professor answered, "No, I have never heard of it." The boatman promptly said to the professor, "Then 100% of your life is gone." You see, the professor knew so many things, but he did not know the one thing he needed to save his life, and that was swimming. So you may know a lot of things in your life. You may understand a lot of things. You may go for a lot of things, but there is only one thing that is needful. There is only one thing that you need in your life that will save you completely. Jesus is the one thing that you need in your life today. So consider giving your life to him. Thank you for listening to my story. And as we come back to the oblayo, surprisingly, I have a lot of time. So here is where I am blending my ekweg flour to make it smoother, to mix and add to my oblayo. So as you can see, my oblayo has been cooking. And as I rightly said, it's self-explanatory. Okay, so I'm scooping about 2 tablespoons and I'm going to mix that with water and I'll add it. If you scoop too many, right, it's going to be too much, okay, then your the liquid around your obla is going to be very thick, very thick. Okay, so here I am trying to see how soft it has become. It takes a while. Oblayo takes a long time to cook. That is why it's very important for you to soak it the night before, and so that as you cook it, like, it cooks quicker for you, but then it just takes so long. Okay, so it's become soft, as you saw me show you there. So now I can add my flour, okay, my corn flour, if I can call it that. So I'm going to dilute it with water, and I'm just going to add it. So I'll add it to it, and I'll let that one cook as well, because don't forget it is raw flour. Okay, so I'll add it to it, and it's going to boil, and you see the water is very light here. So I'll add it with my hand covering the camera. I don't know why I have graduated from doing that. I think so. Forgive me. Okay. I stir it, and I'm going to let it cook for another 30 minutes for that raw flour or raw corn flour to cook as well. Otherwise, we be di nyama raw. We don't want our stomach to fly. Okay, so we make sure it is nicely cooked. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, it is the water is getting it will thicken just a little bit, okay, because it hasn't cooked properly, so you can't see it. So it will thicken a little bit, and once that thickens to our satisfaction, then that will be done. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you now. You see how it looks now, nice. And oblawe is such that when it sits there, it hardens, it becomes pipirebi. Yeah, so that is it. Our oblawe is done, and you can see I can't even get any liquid to even show you. Maybe I'm saying, but yeah, I'm tasting it, and I am very happy with it. If it hasn't got enough salt, you add some salt to it, and that's exactly what I just did. It didn't have salt, I think, so just a little bit of salt. Don't forget you add sugar or some sweetener to it, so not too much salt. Otherwise, yeah. So that is it. As you see, the water has now thickened. You can see it's thickened. Yeah. So that is how we're going for it, and that is it. Finish. We are done. Okay, so as I said, you serve it with, oh yeah, now I'm showing the proper. How would that be like? How? So you see how it's thickened. That is the consistency you want. You don't want it too thick. Remember, why? Okay, so yeah, our blood is now ready, and it's served. Okay, thank you all for joining me today. I'm really grateful, and I'm happy that I was able to bring you this story. Okay, so yeah, little by little, I'm going to go back to the way I used to do things, right? Yeah, so yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and please don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and please give me a comment. Okay, thank you, and bye. I'll see you in the next one, actually.